Flipper Zero, is it obsolete or is the new, bad boy around the city? So let's talk about this. The new M1, it's a compact multi-tool for technophiles and hackers. Alright, so I actually pledged $109 for this, so I'm gonna receive one in July. Now, I don't think there's any more units left. We can just, quickly browse through and say there's no early birds, no Kickstarter special, no double pack, and no triple pack, and no 5-pack, and no super early bird. So they are all gone right now, as from what I can see. But let's talk about what this is, because this is just early bird. Doesn't mean that, well, you cannot get one in the future. And I think it's pretty interesting to see what kind of project is popping up here and there that can give Flipper Zero some challenge. So, first of all, let's talk about Flipper Zero. Now, Flipper Zero's been there for quite some time, so it's quite an expensive tool. I think for me, it's around double the price as this one right there, as you see below. But I definitely thought about buying the Flipper Zero many times, but I just figured it's going to be a very expensive gadget to just have as a gadget. And from what I understand, there are some regulations in different countries that actually prohibits me or makes it difficult for me to use the actual Flipper Zero machine as it is, or mechanism in it, without having some issues with some software stuff and locks and so on. Okay, so what I kind of seeing this kind of tool, what I sought for the Flipper Zero was more like an open way to approach the whole radio signal thing, because hackers been here for some time. We attack, websites and authentication systems or access control, these kind of things. But at the end of the day, there's a thing in the air called radio signals. We kind of neglect a lot. We don't think about these radio signals many times a day, but we do still say a few things like, do you have horns? Or is it a special Wi-Fi antenna that you bought? And this is just another thing that many people forget, that the Wi-Fi era is still here. It is not gone. 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz. This can do both, right? It's still here. But what can it be done with this kind of gigahertz now? What can actually be done on radio signal? And this is why Flipper Zero is important, because you can actually manipulate with things in a way that was not directly or remote possible in the past. Now the M1 device is here, looking very promising. I got it pretty cheap, like $109, and I know you're probably gonna respond to me, the one of you guys that have an easy early access to Flipper Zero. You can get it for $180 or something like that, and that is probably true, you can that, but I cannot. There's a difference here. This is the price for me without shipping, and I'm not paying for shipping either. So that is my price, $109. The Flipper Zero for me will be at least $250. So it's a big gap. I can almost get 2.5 of these units for the same price as the Flipper Zero. So that is why I picked this one. Also, I think it's a good idea to jump on the wagon of of a Kickstarter project here and there. I know there's probably going to be some flaws and issue with the first kind of versions, but maybe we're also going to get a more open versions before regulations and laws go in and say, hey, you have to do this and that on it if you're going to ship to Denmark, because we need some weird regulations that will make it work less effective. So I kind of jumped on the wagon and said, I'm going to get it now. So this is what it is. There's a video where they test the capabilities of it, but I'm not gonna bore you with that. I definitely think you should just go ahead and click the link down in the description. Just check it out yourself and read about it. But let's go ahead and just zoom in a bit and see what this is all about. We have a story. Hello world, it was only a matter of time that the imagination of tech geeks, the curiosity of hackers, and the creativity and makers lab world will come together and give birth to me. I am the M1, your all-in-one tech companion designed for enthusiasts and enthusiast. I'm here to revolutionize the way you engage with technology. Faster than speeding, kerning wizards, more powerful than the most brute force attacks, able to analyze frequencies and a single button. With the M1, you're in control. Wow. So I kind of like this kind of text. It's very interesting and it's very good. What you should definitely check out here is the list to the left side. You got an MCU here. You got the infrared. That is very interesting because I think the whole, I'm gonna say it again. Radio signal, you know, most of the things, even infrared is something you have in the air, you know, something you cannot see. It is there, it's going through your head, through your arms, and boop, the TV is turning on, and some of it can be quite interesting, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and make a video about this tool I also have here soon. It's called the M5 stick, but I'm gonna leave this, you know, as a small teaser for now, so you can, you know, please think about subscribing to my channel and get those very interesting notifications when I upload a new video for you. So, okay, the M1 brings all of these together as an easy to use package. I really love it, you know, the RFID, the NFC, the sub-gigahertz, the hardware hacking, the storage, the GPIO, the open source, the plugins, and everything, you know. There are some risks and so we're going to talk about, and no, we're not going to talk about that. Who cares about those for now? So what I really want to say is, well, as you can see here, this is the M1 chip. It is basically the new Flipper Zero. I think we're gonna see a lot of more small hardware devices enthusiasts, how are we gonna pronounce that? You know, it's gonna create smaller projects, easier to use, better software, better looking stuff, you know. I would say the Flipper Zero for me looks pretty China to me, you know. I'm not saying China is bad. I'm just saying like it's cheap plastic, quickie and stuff like that. And I have the tendency to have an opinion about these kind of things because I like quality. I like things feel like a firm piece of plastic in my hand. And this does look better in many ways. And I would say, looking at this, what are we going to do? Yeah, it does say 2.4 gigahertz, and you're probably going to say, oh, it's worthless because we have no 5 gigahertz, and 5 gigahertz is so wild and no one use. And that is totally untrue, guys, you know. 2.4 gigahertz is still there, it's still used a lot, it's probably still the most widely used Wi-Fi signal you see in houses because most people just use it, you know. Okay, so you have a phone. Doesn't really matter too much because you can just go ahead and buy one of the antennas and you have 5 gigahertz anyways. Also, I want to say these kind of devices here are not made to be fully super duper functional to everything in the world. It's just a device that you can use for many things, and I really love the general idea behind that more people are actually making space for us to make this a thing. So we have more stuff, we have more we can invest in, and I'm definitely going to say that I invested in the project. I pledged some money in it. Okay, let's just see this video maybe a little less loud. Exploration of hackers. So what you see here is basically a video, and they're using this device. I really love in general the idea behind you can sit and play with it, and and this is very interesting, you know. What you're gonna be aware of is that this device can duplicate keys, you can open doors, and you can open this and that, and you can probably also go in and also looks like he's having a problem with, you know, the ventilation, and then he can go beep and then make it cold. So you can also turn off this television and so on with it, and you can duplicate stuff, so you have your own little thing. Of course, this is very, you know, even your car key, you know, imagine this. Just look at the video, no? These kind of things make you think about what is it we can use the whole, you know, spectrum of radio signals for. It is a new hidden gem. Radio signals is gonna be the new space for hackers where they're gonna roam more, because software is getting more and more secure. We are seeing software withstanding attacks a lot. We're having a lot of good hardware things and so on, units to withstand attacks. But what about the radio signals? Okay, so think about what you're gonna do. Think about the tools there is. Invest your time to understand what's going on, and please, you know, try and have an open mind. You know, I'm gonna create more videos when I get this device, so I hope you can wait. Please consider subscribing to my channel and watching some more of my videos. I have tons of videos about hacking when I learn something about that. Also, I'm gonna invest more time in doing radio signal stuff, you know, and red teaming on this channel. So see you again online. Have a really nice day.